It may not mean nothing to y'all, but understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting shit down in the mall, and telling that girl she the one for me, and I ain't even planning the call. I want this shit forever, mine, ever.
Happy Thursday, T Squad. It's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Growing Up Hip Hop, Season 7, Episode 5 review. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only and not to be taken seriously. So if that works for you, then let's get into tonight's review. So the episode begins with Sequoia visiting Brianna at her rehearsal with her band, and they talk about Lazy's hip hop, concert thing that he's putting together for the celebration of hip hop. And Brianna asks her, is she going to participate? And Sequoia was like, she's unsure because of everything that has gone down between her and Lazy and her mom. Even though, they somewhat made up, she's still very much unsure because she doesn't like what's going on still. So Brianna lets her know that she's going to have a girls' day with all of the girls and that she is going to invite Cree because they made up. And Sequoia brings up how she feels Cree shaded her at the skate party when she was talking about her mom and Lazy. And, Cree asked her, was trying to give her advice about the situation to basically let her mom live her life pretty much, and to not hold her mom accountable for staying with somebody that she's not happy with. And like I said on last week's video, everything that she said was right, but it was delivered by the wrong person because they're not that cool for her to give her opinion on such a delicate situation. And they were still very much in a delicate position themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of came across like Cree was overstepping her boundaries. Although I agreed with everything that she said. Lazy and Eric visit Sam in the studio. He's working on music and he talks about how, the general audience isn't willing to support him on his music. So he feels like it's best he just write for other people since it's something that he can do. And I agree with that. I think that Sam is a talented writer. The things that I have heard from him, he can write. It's just that nobody wants to hear it like he said from himself. And at least he has the fortitude to understand that and know that. So he plays them a track that he worked on for Egypt, and it's like a pop record. Pop kind of like dance type of record, and the song is literally a hit. If Egypt was a big name star, that song would be a hit song. I could totally see a Demi Lovato, a Selena Gomez, or a Meghan Trainor singing that song. Like if he got that song in the right hands, it would pop and it would blow up and it would be a huge pop record. He got something on his hands. Now, I didn't know if Lazy was being funny or what, because when he was playing the song, Lazy leaned over to Eric and was like, he a goddamn stay-at-home producer and writer. But then he says to Sam, like, that was a great song. That's a hit. Like, you a Quincy Jones. So at first I was like, is he trying to be funny? I didn't really understand where he was coming from. But after he said that he felt like the boy was a Quincy Jones, I guess he really liked the music or whatever. But like I said, I think that Sam does have something on his hands when it comes to, being a writer and a producer, because the song was good. So Lazy wants him to participate and perform in the hip hop tribute, which is nice of him. Nobody really wants to see Sam perform, but, it's nice that he, agreed to have him. So then Sam brings up his court case again and says that the police confiscated an AR-15. And they like, boy, what is you doing with that type of weaponry? Like, what is going on? And he was like, Eric, your dad used to walk around with one, and, Easy was your, mentor and label owner, Lazy, like, and they like, yeah, we know, but that's a totally different time and you ain't Easy. You are Sam with a messed up hairline. Like, sir, no, you cannot compare the two. And at the end of the day, you ain't got no money to get out of jail. You got a whole baby on the way. You're newly married. You got other kids to take care of. You can't afford to go to jail, sir. So I think you need to sit down and have several. And he seems to think that he's not going to prison. So good luck with that, child, I guess. Cree meets up with Vanessa. And at this point, is Angela even still on the show? I mean, I know that they played her in the teaser trailer for the second half of this season. We'll see her, but she ain't been in but one episode, I think, this whole season. But anywho, Cree meets up with Vanessa, and, Cree is overwhelmed, and she was like, everybody doesn't know what I'm going through. And she tells Vanessa that, when she spoke to Cree at the skate party, her words were slurring. So she was just like, okay, girl, like she didn't know really where the conversation was going to go. Excuse me, was it going to be successful or what at this point? And, she says, everybody keeps on saying this is just Brianna. This is just Brianna. Just take it as it is. So she was just like, okay, whatever. But she gets emotional and starts to cry and says that, she's been going through a lot with her grandmother passing, who she was very close to. One of her female cousins passed away. Then her great-grandmother says that she's tired of battling cancer. So she's just overwhelmed with grief and devastation, and says how she's just been trudging forward and not really dealing with things. And she thinks that she might need to seek counseling. And honestly, she does. I know how that feels to have back-to-back deaths in your family and just be overwhelmed. And especially coming from a person like myself who was and still do somewhat have a huge fear of death. But it was at a point where it consumed me, like to the point where I was in therapy for about 6-7 months because of it. Because it was just consuming my life. Just the thought of dying scared the bejesus out of me. So I know that had to be a lot for her. And Vanessa just tells her, she needs to take care of herself, seek counseling, and allow herself to grieve and to feel and not have everything bottled up inside. Vanessa also invites her to Cree's event, and Brianna's event, and Cree is just like, okay, girl, I go because you invited me, but I really don't know about this. Aaliyah and Tanice go shopping with one another, and Aaliyah tells Tanice how Eric is constantly at the casino. He goes Monday through Friday. He would go on the weekends if he didn't have to work, child. And she says that when she tries to say something to him about all the money he's spending, he checks her because it's his money. So how you gonna tell me what to do with my money? And Tanice was like, yeah, it's his money, but y'all are married, so it's your money as well. Y'all have a family, a household, a future that you need to, talk about. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair for him to be going out, first of all, Monday through Friday, leaving you in the house to do everything on your own. And he's running away to the casino and tricking off all his money. Like, absolutely not, sir. That's not going to work. And if you got the nerve to part your lips and say this is my money and basically telling me to shut the HE double hockey sticks up, okay. Child, I'll be getting my coins together and stacking them so fast to leave, because you got me messed up. Got me messed to the up, okay? Y'all making a little money now from that, marijuana business, and he done lost his mind. Can't give money to nobody. Can't give money to nobody because he acting real new money-ish, okay, with these coins that he got coming in. So they're talking, and Aaliyah brings up the fact that their Tanice and JoJo is moving to LA. And she like, what you talking about? She was like, Eric told me that JoJo put an offer down on the house. And she was like, what house? Like, we're not moving to LA. And she was like, girl, that's what Eric told me. So Tanice is highly upset because they have not talked about this, how he putting down an offer for a house that she didn't even know about. So she is ready to confront JoJo about this. And in the next scene, we do see her confront JoJo. She is highly upset. He tries to explain, but she keeps on cutting him off. And he was like, he was trying to surprise her with the offer. It wasn't something that he planned to do. but he was like, this could be a great decision for us and our family. And she just lets him know that she's mad because he went without her and she's scared to move. Like, it's a big move to move across the country from everybody that they know and love. They have small children that they have to think of. It's a big adjustment. So there is a big conversation that needs to happen between these two before they make such a big life altering decision. So I understood where Tanice was coming from. So it's the day of I keep on calling her Cree, Brianna's gauntlet event. And the ladies is like, what is this? They did not know it was about to be some physical stuff going on. So she lets them know they're going to be playing games and stuff like that, just to switch it up and do something different. I actually think that it's a fun idea. I like stuff like that. So Brianna was like, we're going to play Never Have I Ever and take shots, but you won't know what you have to drink unless you get the, question wrong or whatever the case may be. So Vanessa can't drink because she just had her tummy done, and then she has to leave early anyway. Cree doesn't want to drink either because she got to stay on her toes around these chicks because half of them don't like them. So Brianna starts it off with playing Never Have I Ever, and she was like, never have I ever stuck my nose in other people's families' business. And I was like, okay, so we starting off messy. Okay, we're going to be messy. All right. And I don't like that. I don't like being passive aggressive and beating around the bush. Say what you got to say. If y'all want to confront her, just confront her. Don't make up scenarios to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that comes across bitch bait. Just going to be honest. So Cree does not take a shot, but she does say, everybody needs to take a drink. And I agree. Every last one of them needed to take a shot on that one. So at this point, Vanessa has left and Cree is there by herself with only Aaliyah, but they ain't that close. You know what I'm saying? And then it's Sequoia, Brianna, and TT, who she really does not get along with either three of them. So TT then asks about the skate party. She was like, how did it go? Because I wasn't able to go. And you would have thought that this was an innocent, statement, just an icebreaker. But no, they planned this. It's so obvious that Brianna, Sequoia, and TT planned this conversation as a way to confront Cree. So Sequoia gets to talking about, the situation with her mom and everything and how she doesn't like it, and how she feels that it's wrong and everything. And she says, I feel like they should move on in the appropriate way. And Cree says, what's the appropriate way? And I'm like, Cree, A, you falling into the trap, and B, why? Why? Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. You already said your 2 cents. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It ain't your business. Leave it alone. So, Sequoia was like, sign papers to move on. You break up with that person before you move on. If you're in a relationship and you cheat, that's a problem. Well, first of all, it seems as though your mother has broken up with JoJo before she moved on. Okay, they're not together anymore, darling. Unless it's a part of this story we're missing where she still is messing with JoJo and ain't saying that, that's a totally different conversation. But according to your mom and even JoJo, it seems like they're kaput. They just don't have the paperwork to say that they're kaput. Okay. So Cree was like, are we saying because they're not divorced, that's a bad thing? Was your mom mad at you for having a baby out of wedlock? Was that wrong? And I was like, why on Beyonce's Green Earth did you say that, Cree? Why did you say that? That was so inappropriate. So inappropriate. It was rude and it was nasty. Like, I get the point that you were trying to make, but once again, y'all not cool enough for you to be trying to make that point. You was dead wrong for that. Dead wrong for that. If that's the way that girl want to feel about her mama and daddy situation, she has every right to feel that way. That's her mama at the end of the day. Yeah, we might not agree with it, but it ain't none of our business to agree with. Let her feel the way she want to feel, child. Let her feel that way. It ain't affecting your life. So for you to go that far as to make that equation and to state that metaphor or whatever, it just was totally unnecessary, uncalled for, over the top, too much. And anybody else would have probably smacked the shit out of you for that. So Sequoia was like, I'll knock this whole table over, Cree. Please don't go there. And Brianna was like, it seemed like it's always something with you, with somebody. And Cree was like, I mean, I don't have a problem with anybody, but if we're all in a conversation, I'm going to talk. I'm not just going to sit here. Well, love, sometimes you do have to just sit there and mind your business like Aaliyah did. Just mind your business. Mind your business. Mind the business that pays you. But once again, they're on a reality show. So if everybody just sitting there minding their business being quiet, then what are we doing? So it's like a gift and a curse. You can't get mad at her for doing a job, but then it's just like doing your job gonna cause tension in your life, unnecessary drama and tension. And I just wouldn't have said nothing. I just would have been like, okay, girl, that's how you feel, whatever. So Brianna was like, do you not want to be here? And Cree was like, well, I do have a reservation at 6:30. One thing I would say about Cree, though, she don't back down from nothing. She don't care if she by herself, child. So TT was like, why do you always seem to have a slick ass comment under your breath? You say petty shit. Brianna was like, you shut up. Like she telling TT to be quiet because she don't want her getting into it with nobody. And Sequoia was like, she'll run up on whoever. And I was like, who gonna run up on who whenever? Who? We missed that part. So Cree was like, we ended our beef, so I don't know why you're starting with me today, talking to TT. I don't remember when they ended their beef. Did they end their beef last year? I don't even remember, child. So TT was like, you always have your comments. In general, your presence annoys me. And Cree was like, your presence annoys me along with your leave out. Child. That was a fantastic clap back. Fantastic, Cree. Fantastical. Child, when she said, as well as your leave out, I hollered because y'all sent for her and she came. Locked and loaded. Honey, that was exquisite. TT didn't even know what to say or do after that. So Brianna was, at this point, Cree was like, all right, I'm about to go. So Brianna was like, I'm annoyed that you were even invited. And Cree was like, I'm annoyed that I'm even effing her. So Brianna was like, then you shouldn't have come, you ungrateful bitch. And Cree was like, you know what? I'm going to calm down. I'm going to breathe. She was like, have fun talking about me on social media. And she skips on out the door. So Aaliyah was like, let me go check on this girl. So she goes outside to check on Cree to make sure she all right. Cree stands behind everything that she says. She's not backing down from her opinions on Lazy and the Tiny and JoJo situation. So Sequoia on the inside was like, I don't want her to feel like anyone was ganging up on her. Brianna doesn't either. So Brianna decides to go outside to have a conversation with Cree. So Bree says to Cree, that she had difficulty relating to other people in the beginning too, because she came across some type of way. And Cree, explains herself and says how, if they're in a conversation, she's going to speak her mind and this, that, and the third. And Brianna was like, why do you think that this is the Cree show? Why did you even come? And she was like, because Vanessa invited me. So Brianna was like, you know what? Okay, so I won't invite you to anything else. You understand? So Cree was like, okay, I don't care. So Brianna storms off and goes back inside. And Cree's lift comes to pick her up and she is gone. Oh, Lordy Beasley. Lordy. TT got the right to say whatever she want to say if she want to ask, questions about why the girl always getting slick at the mouth. But she hadn't done anything to you. You know what I'm saying? That was between her and Sequoia, It's just a mess. It's just honestly a mess. I feel like Cree was wrong in her delivery and what she said to Sequoia on tonight's episode. Last week, like I said, what she was saying, I felt was correct, but it just came from the wrong person and she just should have kept it cute and on mute. I still stand by the fact that I feel like Brianna started with her initially, and now it's just gotten way blown out of proportion and it's just silly at this point. But overall, I'm going to give tonight's episode of Growing Up Hip Hop a C+. a C+. It was cute. It was cute. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.